Well, that was a long meeting that we've just had. We've had lots of exciting conversations about AI, actually, funnily enough, wasn't it? So this being our first week, we're going to introduce ourselves to our group. Of course, they've seen me a couple of times and they've heard me talk about you, Rob, and they've heard me talk about you, Jill, but they probably haven't, some of them won't have met you. So I thought this might be a good opportunity just to get to know you, really. So I've got some questions that I thought I'd ask you, and you can answer them, and we'll just see how we go. Just to give our guys a little bit of a, who are you two hanging around with me? Anyway, so I'll start with Rob. So I've worked with Rob. I've known Rob since about 2016, and we've worked together a lot, and our roles have reversed a lot over time. But I thought it'd be quite nice if you explained a little bit about how we got here working together and what you think our clients will get from you working with us.
Okay, so a potted history then in that case of you and I, Kerry. Gosh, right. Was it 2016? Wow, okay, time has flown. So yeah, we first crossed paths when I was working for a big European company managing shopping centres. And you, Kerry, were a client of mine. I was managing all the commercial aspects, so bringing different interesting propositions into the shopping centres, and you came in. We worked really closely together to kind of maximize your impact and to maximize the sales that you took. And I think it's fair to say that some of my retailing background kind of rubbed off on you. You quite enjoyed those conversations. And we worked together for a good few years doing that. Then the really interesting thing where I was sort of coaching you and bringing you into the world of big retailing and what it was to do around merchandising, the money mapping, all of this good stuff. Our roles kind of changed, didn't they? Because I progressed in my career. I went off to do other things. Then I gave all of that up to run my own business, and I came to you with, "Oh, I've got this great idea, Kerry," like an excited little puppy. And it kind of changed, didn't it? Because you started to then mentor me and give me your words of wisdom and advice, which was hugely valuable. And we sort of did that for a good sort of 12 months, didn't we? Until I sort of finally launched my business. And then we continued that relationship even more so. And both you and I started to give back, didn't we? So we worked for a company that was funded by the European Union. And we were able to, coach, mentor, and discuss, what it was to set up a business, how to start it up. Everything from finance, which is my favorite, all the way through to marketing, which I think is yours, and all the wonderful bits in between. And then we've gotten here today, haven't we? With Flourish. So
we have. So what are your specialities then? What are the things? What can our followers, our clients, what can they expect to get from you?
Well, look, I think a bit of personality first. So I am the eternal optimist. So you will always get an optimistic view, and that's not just blind faith. That's positivity, but with a kind of a plan or with a background wrapped around it. So oodles of positive, optimistic vibes from me. Specialisms, well, given my background in terms of retail, leasing, shopping centre management, sales. They'll get that. So if there's any conversations about retail shops, going into shopping centres, leasing a unit, should I do it? Should I not? That's absolutely, my sort of heartland. I think the other bit is I love the numbers. I really, really love the numbers. And I know you guys are laughing because I know that you don't. Well, you do love the numbers. But yeah, I like to get into the detail of those. So
there are those people, aren't there, that love a spreadsheet, and that's not me or Jill. We'll use them. We're quite capable of it. But Rob gets really excited about a spreadsheet, so we let him drive all of that for our business, don't we?
Absolutely. I suppose the last bit, because I've talked too much, is I'm running my own business. I've set that business up. I've taken it from a concept through to incorporating the business through to launching in less than 9 months. And what a wild kind of journey that was. And I continue to drive that. and also, you know, working with Kerry and Jill, you know, this is a different business. You know, it's a fantastic world. So hopefully, all of those things, you know, all of our wonderful clients can tap into.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing all of this with you, because I know when you and I work together, it just works really, really well. And
Yeah,
we've got this magic, is the only way I can describe it, haven't
yeah,
we? When
no,
we're delivering. So I'm really looking forward to getting that on the road
good,
and sharing that with the people in our group.
good, good.
So Jill, I'm going to ask Jill the same question really, because Jill and I, we've worked together. I think it was 2008, but it might have been earlier than that even.
Wow.
So oh gosh, that's like a million years ago,
Yeah.
isn't it? But we've been on a huge journey together, because we've built from scratch. We built a team from scratch. We delivered some pretty fantastic things in our time, and we've stayed friends. And Jill's been a real mentor to me in terms of my own growth, my own development, and learning how to manage me and how I feel growing a business. Because there were times when it was really bloody hard, and you know, and it felt very stressful. And Jill was always a really calming. She always knew what to do. She always knew what to say. And so, you know, I'm thrilled to bits that we're now working together, and we've got Jill as part of our team. So Jill, how have we got here, and what can our clients expect from you?
Well, I remember when I was first introduced to you, I'd recently moved to Wiltshire, having had part of my previous life was a 20-year career in corporate and SME life in all aspects of business development. I always ended up in change management, strategic planning, and all of that. Then I had a break from being paid, and Dick and I, my husband, yes, he really is Dick Whittington. We moved to Devon, and I almost had like a mini retirement or sabbatical in the middle of my career, because that's when I then did some other work, some freelance work around total quality, business systems, business improvement. Plus, I also became a mentor for the Prince's Trust and a school governor. Then fast forward to when I met Kerry. We moved from Devon to Wiltshire because we needed to be closer to family. I'd never lived in Wiltshire because my previous life was all in around the Thames Valley and working in London. And to get to know the area, I'd taken a temporary job or a contract within the police, Wiltshire Police. And then one day, Kerry's PA wandered down, because she was someone who loved getting to know new people. And once she knew I had a background in project management, she said, I think you need to talk to Kerry. So that's then when I ended up working with Kerry as one of her portfolio managers. And what we did is set up a completely different PMO that really focused on the people, because I'd done all the business stuff, done all the project management stuff, but I always had a fundamental belief that it's the people and the individuals that make projects. And I think it's fair to say we had a few people in there who were a bit lost souls in terms of what they wanted to do. They didn't necessarily fit and all the rest of it. So we created a really amazing environment where all those people thrived, and people who'd almost given up on themselves in terms of what they're going to do, they've all without exception gone on to doing some fantastic things and creating their own careers. So as you might have deduced from this, my passion is putting people first. I could help train you in any element of business process or change or any of that stuff, all the technicalities. But for me, the people make the difference. And I remember one day when Kerry was feeling particularly down, I took her in a cup of Ayurvedic tea, and she said, "What's that?" So I said, "Oh, it's just something." And then we talked. That was almost the catalyst for talking about things that traditionally weren't accepted in business. Things like looking after yourself, and I firmly believe we are a mix of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, whatever that means to you. And we're one person, whether we're in working or not. And that really opened the floodgates for our relationship. And and that's what Kerry describes. I mean, I think you described me as your mentor. Well, you've also been my mentor too, because the things you've done have been amazing, and I've really enjoyed being part of that bumpy journey with you. So, and we worked together so well. And then when we were talking about this, and you were talking about Rob, and I thought, well, one of the bits that felt like it was missing was the working with entrepreneurs and people who want to grow and flourish, understanding where your personal impact, your energy for impact, and that's not energy in a kind of esoteric way, but it's really where you are in the zone, and really loving what you do. And I've become a GCologist, which is a grandiose title for helping you work out where your energy lies, and it answers the so what question as to any other psychometric that you've ever done. And then the glue to it all is then around you as an individual, us as individuals, and using our amazing brain to help us as a friend, as a buddy, as your best cheerleader, as opposed to that little monkey, or as we said, that runaway puppy going off out, elsewhere. So it was just like a perfect trinity, the three of us. When we all met, there was such a synergy, and that, and that's what excites me so much as to what we're doing.
I think when I look at how far I've come, my own journey, and there are people that I've had around me that have given me confidence, that have helped me work stuff out, that have, given me that oomph to keep going and to keep pushing and to make a success of the things that I've done. And, you two are two of the most influential people that I've had on my journey. And so, to me, I just get really excited about knowing your skills and your experiences combined with mine, that, the power, the value of that we can give to our clients is just incredible. And that's why, rather than just going out on my own, and then deciding to work with just Jill in one direction and just Rob in the other direction, that it just makes sense. Just put it together, because the value that we can offer everybody is just incredible. And I'm super ridiculously excited about, getting it all out there. So there you go. That's Jill and that's Rob in a nutshell. So we'll find out a lot more about you as time goes on. But I think we both need to crack on. So all need to crack on. So we'll save that for another day. But have a good day, you guys, and I'll catch you later.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Cheers.